right. It says I'm live. Let's see here. Put that up there. No, I need this right here. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Ooh. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Hi, Katie. Oh,
Hi, Katie.
uh,
Hi, Katie.
Echo. Hold on for a second. Katie, I can use your help in a little bit. I mean, if you can hang on. If you can't, that's cool. Let's see here. Let me just get it. Okay, live chat. Hi, Jeffrey. Justine, Marcy, Libby, Sherry, Lemmy. Wait a minute. Hey, Katie, it's about a piece of jewelry. Jewelry or jewelry? I'm supposed to say jewelry, not jewelry. Let me move this in. But I have just gotten started. Yep. One of my goals. Well, hi everyone. Hi, Robert and Lori. I'm so glad you didn't paint that house. The little house. Oh my goodness. I am broadcasting from the basement of the 1925 bungalow. Let me say hello to everybody. This is a surprise. I wasn't planning on necessarily doing this. Oh, the UK. Carrie. Oh, it's late in the United Kingdom. You better get in bed. Did it warm up in the UK? Hi, Shirley. I hope it got a little bit warmer in the United Kingdom. What are you're about 8 hours ahead of us over there? Broadcasting from the bunker. Yeah, that's me. I'm down in the bunker. You got that right. Toronto. Toronto, Canada. Yeah, I am down here in the basement. How do you like the screen behind me? I guess you've seen this before, but there's my, wait a minute. There is a reason for me to be here tonight. There's my basement ceiling. And then there's the big old floor model, and there's FDR up there. All right, but let me tell you why I'm here. Let me get this back. Hello from Minnesota. Minnesota. Hey, Minnesota. Do you get tired of people saying Minnesota the way I get tired of people saying Joyzy? No, there are no ghosts, Tiffin, but it took me about a month after moving in to get used to, the noises of the furnace and the water heater and just the different creaks and things. And I lived in the same place for 20 years, and now living here, there are funny. I know, Katie, that floor model has a peacock grill, and I have not restored that thing yet. It's something that I have to get around to doing, but doesn't what irritate? Oh yeah, why is it people outside of New Jersey always say Joyzy? Listen, I'll admit to a lot of certain words in the accent, but Joyzy is not one of them. People in Brooklyn say, I'm going to go to Joyzy. But we don't say that on this side of the Hudson. Greetings from Monmouth County. Oh, the Jersey Shore. Hey, Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore. And the Jersey Shore is so diverse. From Cape May all the way up to, we do have a place called Sandy Hook. Isn't that a nudist colony or nudist beach? I don't go up there. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I think that's the highest. That's up above Asbury Park and Hazlitt. I used to run around with somebody from Hazlitt or Hazlitt, however they said it. It's Missouri. Oh, it's like Missouri, not Missouri. I don't know, Katie. Greetings from just off exit 28. Oh, the Atlantic City Expressway. Just off exit 28 of the AC Expressway. Oh, really? Antique consignment shops? How far up the expressway in Jersey? Hi, Ellie. Good night from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, are you mad at me because I said that you guys say Joyzy? Don't say good night that early. We like to make fun of each other on this channel, right? You can make fun of me, and you know I'm going to make fun of you, right? It's a lot better than getting bent out of shape about everything. Hello, Rising Phoenix. Hey, Patty is in outside of Harrisburg. And if you'll pardon me, I have been sneezing all day long. I don't know what's up with that. Did I just start? Yeah, I just came on like 2 minutes ago. It's not a live sale or anything. Warren County, New Jersey is beautiful. Warren County, isn't that where all the horse farms are and everything? Oh, you're in Mechanicsburg. Who's hiding behind the screen? That's where I keep my stash. No, I don't know what's your allergies are bad, Katie. I have been like all nasally more than I normally am. Packing up the Christmas decorations. Oh, yes, it's the highest tip. Come to Keyport near Hazlitt. I went to, as an undergrad, I was at William Patterson. It was called WPC in those days, William Patterson College. I think it's now William Patterson University. And this was a long time ago. And that William Patterson is up in Wayne. So I know North Jersey. That's when I went up to North Jersey at age 18 as a college freshman. That's the first time that I ever realized North Jersey folk and South Jersey folk, we're different. That's when I was told, where are you from? What kind of an accent is that? Yeah. But listen, I'm not here to ramble on about Jersey. I've got a thrift haul for you. And I thought it would be fun to come on live and do a, see, this is just the raw, this is what I would normally be doing this time at night. They are different, I know. North Jersey, South Jersey. I was out sourcing all day today, or thrifting. Started early. Went to a flea market, believe it or not, an outdoor flea market. Hello, Alicia. And then, ran all day. Came home, packed a whole bunch of stuff from the live sale to get it out in the mail tomorrow. And then I brought everything. I pulled the truck into the driveway, brought everything in the garage door. I'm sorry, the basement door. And it's all here on the floor. I haven't even taken the price tags off or the tape off or anything. And I thought you might like to see, you know, the stuff in the raw. Is that okay? Oh, hello, Texas. I haven't been to Iowa before, but I've got a second cousin. I've got a first cousin once removed out there in Iowa. So that's what we're going to do tonight. No live sale, just chit chat. And I'm going to show you the things that Mark, you're still up in England. You leave the United Kingdom. You leave such nice comments, Mark, and I appreciate your encouragement. I really do. And listen, don't stay up too late in the UK. It's coffee, Katie. It's coffee in that little cup up there. It's a cup of coffee. Okay, so if that sounds good, I'm going to show you. Am I shouting? I never know if you can hear me. The main thing I want to tell you right now is this. In my last live sale, I sold a brooch. Now, there's a lot of things I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about baseball cards, coins, Crocs, and jewelry. But I bought something, and that pin, there was a really cool brooch in a box of something, and I sold it in a live sale, Monday night. Well, my mother was watching, and the next day, when I went to the house, she said, "How about that piece of jewelry?" I said, "Mm-hmm." Well, you know what she did? She went and dug out all this stuff. So she went and got a jewelry box. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason because I don't want you guys to scream at me. She went and got a jewelry box out of the closet. Just some little cheap, jewelry box from the 30s. And it had some of her mother's stuff in it. My grandmother, who I knew very well, she lived to be 85, and I knew her way up into my 20s. She pulled out that, and she started going through pins, and she said, "Oh, why don't you sell this, sell that, sell this, sell that?" I am going to be, and some of this jewelry was her mother's. Now hear me out. All right, stay tuned. I don't want anybody to think that I went down there and coerced my mother into selling her mother's jewelry. In fact, I tried to talk her out of it. And I did some footage. Now, I'm not going to show it to you tonight. And our faces aren't in it, but we're just sitting there talking. And I am in my basement. And so I said, "This was Grammy's. You don't want to sell this?" And the funny thing is, she said, "Well, what am I going to do with it? My mother doesn't wear it." She said, "It's going to wind up going to you." And then I said, "Well, what am I going to do with it? When I kick the bucket, somebody's going to come in here and it's going to wind up in some church rummage sale." So she said, "Sell it." So there are a couple of pieces of jewelry that were my grandmother's that my mother is perfectly fine with me selling. Now, I'm telling you that, spread the news. Well, I don't want it to get out there that I twisted my mother's arms into selling some costume jewelry that was my grandmother's, okay? You guys hear me? My mother does not have any daughters. I don't have any sisters. I don't have any daughters. Not that boys can't like jewelry or wear brooches. I'm not, absolutely. But it's stuff. And if somebody else can enjoy it, why not? Yes, I will give my mother the money. Of course I will. Get it appraised. It's just cheap costume jewelry. Get it. That's right, Katie. Get it into the hands of people that will appreciate it. I'm glad you think that's wonderful because, it's just jewelry sitting in a little box. And, like I said, we don't have a problem when my mother is called up yonder. it comes to me. When I'm caught up yonder, it all goes to a flea market. So, you know what? Let somebody enjoy it. Why not? Hmm? Yeah, why not? And you'll hear when I do the video, and I haven't done it yet, but when I do it, you'll hear me say, "Now, are you sure you want me to sell this? Try to sell it." Growing up, an older lady friend of mine used to give me her costume jewelry for play all the time. I wish I was old enough to actually take care of it. Hi, Raymond. That's right, Tiffin, you can't keep everything. Have you ever seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul? Uh-uh. We came in butt naked, and that's the way we're going out. And you're not taking it with you. So I hear you. If somebody can enjoy it, wear it, feel special when they go out, why not? I mean, my grandmother wouldn't want her old costume jewelry sitting in a cedar chest in a closet. We weren't like that. Okay. Your hearse will have your hearse. Philip says his hearse will have to have a wagon train. Oh, Raymond is taking everything with him. Raymond, you gonna be like the King Tut? They pack it all up in a pyramid. Hey, Jeffrey, here goes my nose again. I shouldn't have gone live like this. Is it okay? I mean, listen, we're humans, so I'm having allergy issues. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, rambling on and on about all of that. I need some help, some jewelry help. And I might as well show you the piece of jewelry right now because otherwise you're going to get mad if I make you watch until the end. And I don't want to be here till midnight. So I was looking at this jewelry and I turned a piece over and my mother and I got a magnifying glass out and we looked at it and the print was too tiny for us. We couldn't read it. And so I took a picture, blew it up, saw the name, and now I can't remember what it is. I need to go look at my pictures to find out. It starts with a T. And it's you jewelry people are going to know. It starts with a T. Let me look and see if anybody. And sometimes on the there's a crown, that you wear on your head. Yeah, that's it. Dirt and memories. Trafari. That's it. Trafari. Okay, good. We've got knowledgeable people. I don't know anything about this. I need your help. It's Trafari. Oh, you guys are smart. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's it. It's Trafari. Now, I said, okay, if I'm going to actually learn about this, let me study Trafari. So I started reading, and other than memorizing the name, which I forgot, I started to memorize how the jewelry is signed and how it changes and the dates when it was made. And it also said it was pretty good quality. Crown Trafari is better than just Trafari, but it's good quality. Okay. Some pieces are crown. Yep. I read all of that. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much because if you want me to get into selling jewelry, I got to learn. Okay. So I read all about this Trafari stuff, and I went to a flea market today. Well, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I was looking at glass, and then this man had all this jewelry, and he was barking out, $1, $2, pick through it. So I started picking through this jewelry box. Let me show you what I found. Are you ready? I'm going to watch. I want to see if you go ooh and ah. Now the camera, I know you can't see it. It's probably not going to focus. Let me hold it still. Look at that. I know you can't see it very well because the camera gets blurry when I get this close to it. You see that? Are you going ooh and ah? Yes. It is a rhinestone necklace, and it is signed Trafari. And it's signed right back here on the back of the clasp. I know it's blurry. Yeah. You should see this in person. I started digging around in that box, and this is what I found. It's not missing anything. All the little stones are in there. And the Trafari mark, yeah. The Trafari mark has the crown on the top, but not the copyright. That means it was made from the mid-30s to 1955, because after 1955, the mark changed. Now, I looked all of that up, and this looks like something from the 30s, does it not? Doesn't it have kind of a, what do you guys think? Does it have a 19? Now, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter because we know from the mark it dates from 1935 to 1955. But I would say earlier than I would say more on the 30s end rather than the 50s end. What do you guys think about it? Does it have a 30s? RJC72 says it does have a 30s vibe. You guys think it? Yeah, Alicia says 30s. I think so too. It just gave me the feeling of the 30s. So it looks like everybody's all over the place. Some people are saying anywhere from 30s to late 40s. Yeah, 30s to late 40s. That's fine. That's what I think. I wish where there it is. So I'll take pictures of it and let you see it a little bit more. I'm trying to read your. Will it fit a 25-inch neck? I don't know. I don't know how big my neck is. Let me see if I can get this thing around my neck. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It'll be pretty tight. Yeah, it goes around my neck. I don't think now I'm not going to be able to get it put back up again. But anyway, I thought I did pretty good, pretty well for my actual first on purpose jewelry purchase. So it's Trafari crown without the copyright thing, 1935 to 1950, 30s to early 50s, with a gray dress, choker length. Well, it would choke you. So now this was not my grandmother's. As I said, I was inspired by seeing my grandmother's costume jewelry. Length of it, I don't know. I haven't measured. This is all fresh. I have not measured anything, cleaned anything, washed anything. Haven't done anything yet. It's just fresh, fresh, fresh. And it's not missing a single jewel. Nope, at all. Not missing anything. Yeah. Hi, Margaret. Could you tell the difference between how that piece feels and the other? Yeah. Listen, I just, it's heavy, and it just looked there was just something about it, and I couldn't tell at the flea market that it was marked Trafari. I couldn't. The print is that tiny. I don't carry a loop or a magnifying glass. I guess I probably should now. Um, Sterling silver, I wouldn't think so since it's costume, but you're gonna have to ask the costume jewelry folks. I'm learning. I'm on here tonight, so you guys can help me. Some costume jewelry is. Hi, Mari. I'm just gonna brand. So it's well made. That's what I read. That's what I read. That it's good stuff. Thank you, Gerald. I knew about Weiss. Anyway, this piece eventually is going to be for sale in the old curiosity shop, but not tonight. I really just wanted to come on, and I'm going to show you everything else that I got today as well, and I've got some really neat things to show you. But I'm venturing into unknown territory. Did I do okay for my first drill? Oh, what did I pay for it? I don't know if I should tell you. I paid $1. I paid $1 for that, and I think it might sell for about 40 bucks. I don't know. I don't really know because I just don't know anything about it. Yeah. Well, thank you. I did okay for going down the rabbit hole. Yeah. It's my first trip into jewelry land. My allergies are bothering me a little bit today. Shut up, $1. I know. I even if it wasn't, I just thought it looked nice. It was nice quality. Yeah, I don't have a jewelry loop, but I'm gonna get one. I don't know if that Trafari stuff had who? Miriam Haskell. Is that Eddie Haskell's mother? You should give it to your mom if she was born in September. It's her birthstone. Oh, well, my mother was born in October. Ooh, Tina, you did? Are you doing okay now? Mm-mm-mm. Beginner's luck. Probably. I don't know if I'll find another nice piece, but it's a beautiful necklace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I'm going to do is, when this is over with, I can go back and actually read all the comments, and I want you to know that that's what I'm going to do. I will go back and read everything that you're telling me. So don't, if you're saying something and I'm not able to see it in the chat, don't worry. I'm going to go back and read it because I need help on if I'm going to jump into this jewelry thing, and I'd like to start selling some. Hello, Rob and Cheryl. Boy, I've got a box of stuff for you and some surprises. So I'll see you soon. If you start getting into jewelry, a silver gold tester is a good idea. Yeah, I know about a loop. I just don't have one. Okay. So you'd like to see some jewelry in the live sales? Okay, Lou, I can do that. I can do that. Oh my goodness. In Providence, Rhode Island, the jewelry district was a big place for jewelry manufacturing in the 50s through the 70s. Carry a magnet? Okay. I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop. I'll tell you, Tiffin, I'm in and out. I'm in and out quite often. I am. You collect Weiss? I knew about Weiss. Now look, when I do the video, when I put the video up of my mother and me going through my grandmother's jewelry, you guys come on there and back me up because you heard me say it live. My mother wants to sell it. I told her, keep it, keep it, keep it. She said, uh-uh. So you guys back me up if anybody tells me off. All right, let me show you what I got at my thrifting and my flea markets today. But I'm going to start off with one piece that I did not buy today, but I've been holding on to it. And I'm going to be doing a big, massive Art Deco blowout sale in February. I'm going to tell you more about that. This is just a quick sort of preview on one piece. Look at this 1930s, what do you call it, a pocketbook or a purse? And this almost reminds me of Persian lamb. Remember those old black Persian lamb coats? I think when I was little, some of those old church ladies were still wearing them. They were black, and it usually had like fur around the collar. I think they called it Persian lamb. But that's what that reminds me of, that squiggly. And it's an Art Deco. This is from the 30s. Yeah, that's the real thing. How do you get this thing open? Oh my gosh, you girls, your stuff is so much more complicated than what us boys have. Here it is. Okay, it just opens like that. Oh, look at that. Now it's a little, oh wow, there's a, what is this thing? Ooh, what is that? I didn't know that was in there. Maybe there's some old, look what fell out. Is that her, that's her emergency money in there? That's where she keeps her dime, so she can call her mother to come pick her up. So there's a little change purse in there. I didn't even know that was in there. Look at that. That's connected. There are no glass beads on this. It just, wait a minute, I'm gonna tear this thing apart. Get back in there. And then it's got little pouches in there for stuff. But this has a real sort of Art Deco. I know you want me to hold it still. I'll hold it still. You guys like it? I guess I should look at the comments. Is there a tag? No label? All right, everybody's asking me if there's a tag. Let me see. If there, I don't know. I can't see. I don't see anything. There might be something printed on this brass. I don't see a label. I just haven't studied it too much, but I thought I would show it to you. You guys like that? I can't find a label. I know that's what you're asking me for, but I can't find, I don't know. I'll look at it again later, but I can't find anything. I like the brown. Yeah, RJC, there might be a stamp in there. It's in really good condition. What do you call this squiggly? I know it's not Persian lamb, but what's that squiggly stuff? It looks like brain. Like a brain. What do you call that? You guys know what you call? I don't know what you call it. Ramen. Isn't that noodles? Rouching? Buccal? What? Now see, everybody's telling me something different. Ramen, rouching, buccal? What? Ruching? What? You're all telling me something different. So what am I supposed to do? I know I'm saying it wrong. Quit laughing at me. You guys are the ones that are all telling me something different. Boucle? Not buccal? Oh, boucle. Oh, it's French. I didn't study French. I had Latin, but I didn't have French. Ruching? Boucle. That's called boucle? All right. Boy, I'm going to be really fancy when I look at my lovely evening bag with boucle. I don't know. I'll look at it later and try to see if I can find a tag in it or anything. Anytime you bunch something up, it's called boucle. It reminds me of those old Persian lamb coats. All right. I'm going to be selling it. Death of the Nile. No, there are no beads on it. It's not a beaded purse. It's just whatever that boucle is made out of. Silk? Nope, no beads. I bet your pantyhose can't do this. But it looks very 30. It's Deco. It's got to be from the 30s. Yeah. Now, speaking of the 1930s, I don't know if I showed you this or not, but last summer I was at a flea market down in Delaware somewhere. I forget where. Alicia, are you still there? What's that flea market down on, is it Newcastle? Down on 301? Anyway, digging around through a box of things. Newcastle, that's it. There you go, Alicia. It was in Newcastle. I was digging around through a box. And I found in a frame, it was a junk frame, I threw that away. You're still talking about that pocketbook. I found a photograph. Now, I don't remember if I showed this to you or not. You can't tell what it is. I'm going to zoom in a minute. There was a Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia in the 1930s. Now, I didn't look this up. You guys can Google it. I don't remember. It was not for the 1932 election when Roosevelt defeated Hoover. It might have been 1936. It might have been the 1936 Democratic National Convention, which would have been FDR's second term. Somebody Google it real fast. Look up and see where did the 1936 Democratic National Convention take place? And if it wasn't 36, it would have been 1940. Can you find that? Can somebody find that for me? What year? Where did the what? Squashed hens? Oh, roosting. You guys are still talking about that pocketbook. I've already thrown that on the floor. I know it was in Philly, Lou, but what year? Was it the 36? Where did the 1936 Democratic National Convention? Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. I should have looked it up ahead of time, but I'm making you guys do it. Come on now. All right, 1940 was Chicago. So 1936 was in Philly. Philly, according to, Okay, absolutely. There we go. All right, all right, we got it. Thank you, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The 1936 Democratic National Convention was in Philly in 1936. This is an original photograph that someone took hanging out of a window in Philly. FDR is going around the corner in his motorcade. He's in his great big old touring car and he's lifting his hat. Now it's a little blurry because he's going around the corner. I'm going to try to get you to see it. Yep. I was thrilled spitless when I found this. Now let me try to get it into where, let me pull it way back. All right, here, this is the motorcade. Yeah. Now this is somewhere on the streets of Philadelphia. And for the Democratic Convention. All right, now let me pull it in. Look, there he is right there. There's FDR. Look at that. You see him with raising his hat? Sitting there in his touring car? Look at that with all the Secret Service running around him. I know it. What a find. How insane is that? And I was looking at the buildings, look at the police. I was trying to figure out, and this is the way the streets are in Philly with the trolley tracks, and at that time there were a lot of bricks. I could not figure out, where in Philly this was taken. But he was driving around the city in his car. Yep, and there you can just see him. And so there's nothing, nobody wrote anything on the back. And there's this great big, look at the American flag down here. Oh my goodness. I love, presidential history and everything. In fact, I've got a big FDR picture up there. You can't see it. But what do you think of it? Isn't it fantastic? I love it. And they captured him coming around the corner, lifting that hat. That's not for sale. That's going to be framed, and that goes in my permanent collection. Your grandmother took the picture, Margaret? Your grandmother was there and took that picture. Okay, Margaret, but I'm still not selling it to you. I'm kidding. Frame it and hang it up on your wall. I'm going to frame it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a piece of history. What is it worth? Not much. I know you're kidding. To a presidential history collector, they would love it. Oh, Falla, his little Scotty, his Scotch Terrier, yeah. I knew it was FDR as soon as I saw it because when I was little, my father loved presidential history. And he had an office at home, which we called the den, and it was his room. But there was a floor, wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling bookcases. And, I would go down there and get books and read about the presidents at an early age. So I was really happy to find that. And I don't think I paid but $2 or $3 for it. That's when you get up in the morning at whatever, 4 o'clock, and it's either 98 degrees in August or 2 degrees in January, and you drive for an hour to go to a flea market. You have no idea whether you're going to come home with baby clothes and Tupperware or an original snapshot of FDR. And I think that's why you do it. It's like a treasure hunt every day. Yeah. You simply never know what you're going to find. Okay. What else did I get? We're going to be here all night if I don't go through all of this. So let's do it. All right, here it's fresh from the flea market. It's still all wrapped up in newspapers. It's like Christmas. Okay, you can't see that yet. Hello, Norma Jean. You can't see that yet. I mean, you're going to see it, but I have to get it unwrapped so you can see it. You guys chat with each other for a minute. Okay, these are the candlesticks. Now, wait a minute. Where are the... Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this first. I paid $2 for a 1930s rolling pin, which I need to clean. Green handles. Look how filthy it is. $2 on the rolling pin. That came from the flea market. Heart failure over what candlesticks? You didn't see any candlesticks yet, Margaret. All right. But you're about to. From the flea market, look at this beautiful console bowl, rolled edges, orange with hand painting. And it comes with the matching candlesticks. So it's a console set, console bowl, yeah, and the matching, I'll hold them still, the matching candlesticks. Aren't they beautiful? I'll be selling it, but not tonight. All of this stuff will be coming up. You'll know. You got to just keep watching the old Curiosity Shop. It'll either be in a live sale or on eBay, but you'll know. I'll let you know ahead of time. Okay, so that's one, and this is all hand painted. Now this is the enamel orange underneath, and then the hand painting here. This is a beautiful set, and more of an expensive set with all of that hand painted detail on it. Is that what you saw, Margaret, that you liked? It is beautiful. But wait. Wait a minute. I didn't find just one console set today. I found two. Oh, now these are from the 30s. These console sets that I'm showing you are from the 1930s. So we're talking about 90 years old. Here's the second console set that I bought today. There's the bowl and the matching candlesticks, hand painted. Look at that. Beautiful. And all of the glass companies of the 1930s, everybody made console sets. And sometimes the factories had decorating rooms where it was usually women who would do the hand painting, but not everybody, not all of the companies had a decorating room. So sometimes these would be sold to, local jewelry stores in small towns across America would carry this, and they might be decorated in a jewelry store. They could be decorated in the factory. So no chips, no cracks on any of it. Beautiful 1930s console sets. And I'm going to be selling them at some point. This is just a thrift haul. Can you explain what a console set is and why the bowls were paired with candlesticks? Console meaning, we think of a console piano or a console television set or a console stereo set. So a long, flat, boxy piece of furniture, a console. And They were meant to be used on dining room tables. The console bowl would sit in the middle. You could put fruit in it or a flower frog. The two candlesticks, it could stay there or it could be moved to a buffet. So normally, console sets would be found in dining rooms. That's typically how they were used in the 1930s era, and they were enormously popular, you know, and everybody had console sets. So yeah, so the console bowl, again, nothing. You don't have to put anything in it. You could put a flower frog in there and put flowers in it. Fruit, again, when I see old advertising from the 30s, you see these used in that kind of a way. And when they sit on the table, with this rolled edge, they sort of just like hover and sort of almost give the feeling that they're floating. Console sets, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so 2 console sets. Now, let's see what's in here. Ooh. Including my receipt. Oh, I need this for taxes. A yellow 1930s pitcher, which I think is anchor hocking. I think that's a hocking handle. I don't remember. Paneled optic. And I've got some wonderful yellow tumblers to go with this that are upstairs that I found somewhere else. So this is 1930s. And it is in really good condition, as you can see. This I actually bought at a thrift shop today. Yellow depression glass isn't rare, but I don't find it nearly as often as pink, crystal, green. Just don't find as much yellow. And I like the handle as well. Yeah, yellow is not as easy to find. Tea on the front porch. Let me see what you're telling me. Yeah, you don't find as much yellow. I like the yellow depression glass. I like it a lot. It is heavy. The stripes in the glass it's blown into a mold. That's what gives you that optic look. So it's molded glass. And it's smooth on the outside, but there are ribs on the inside, and it gives you that kind of optic effect. It's just all mass produced. Probably this dates to the 30s. And I think, I'm trying to remember again, I haven't looked at anything, but I think this is a hocking handle. So no ice lip on it, but that's okay. Pink lemonade. Now look at this. I'm going to sell this. And somebody is going to love it. This is really, I guess, what you would call a lap blanket, or something to put around your shoulders at night, when it's chilly, because it's not the size of a big Afghan or anything that you would put on a bed. And I don't think I would call this a crazy quilt. I guess it would just be patchwork, but when I think of a crazy quilt, the shapes are all different. But this was probably made sometime in the Depression era. Let me get you to try to see it. I don't know if I can show you the whole thing. Oh gosh, I'm glad I've got pants on. Somebody made this probably just out of old washcloths. These look like old towels and washcloths and things. Patchwork. And they put it together and then embroidered a couple little flowers. There's a couple little flowers on there in different places. And then you can see it has a nice back to it. So that's about how big it is. I don't know, I would say that is about 40 inches by 36. It's about a yard in length this way and a little more the other way. Isn't it beautiful? It's in great condition. Now, it's a little mothball-y, if you know what I mean. But that's probably what has preserved it so well. There's nothing wrong with the back of it. And I'm going to wash it, and I know how. Gently, going to soak it in Woolite. Gently hang it to dry. Don't worry. I know how to take care of it. So there are no stains on it. And it would be great for like a lap blanket or to put around you guys like it? This FDR could have had this over his legs in the wheelchair. No, this isn't the one I wore. The one that I wore, I have upstairs. I bought that one in Lancaster. That one's a lot bigger and a lot heavier. And that one's definitely made out of old bath towels. But this just reminds me of something that somebody probably made during the Depression. You guys like it? Yeah, made out of towels. I think it's towels. I think some of it looks like towels. But it's just, the condition is good. Oh my word. Yeah, I like it as well. All right. So I don't need another one of these since I've already got one, similar to it and larger than this. This one will eventually be for sale. If you just joined me, go back and watch the whole thing from the beginning, because you missed this wonderful piece of costume jewelry, and I'm branching out into jewelry and I need your help. So when you get a chance, go back and watch the whole thing later on if you're not doing anything, and you guys can help me out. Yeah, the colors are vibrant. It's been in storage for quite a long time, I guess. It's very soft. Be nice at the bottom of a bed or on the back of a chair, like this old chair I'm in right now, which you can't really see. You've seen this chair before. Why do we idolize politicians? I went to school with S. I don't know what that means. They look like dressmakers' scraps. All right. Pink Pink You Stink, a compote from the 30s. It's got etching on it. It's a nice big one. That came from a thrift shop, and it will be for sale eventually in either a live sale or the old curiosity shop. Wait a minute. Okay. Sticking with Depression glass, I like old fabrics. Do you have any costume jewelry books? I have none. I have never bought a piece of jewelry in my life until today. That pin that I sold Monday night, I don't remember where that came from. It was in something. I bought a box and that brooch was in there. So, and if you're not sure, go back. If you get a chance, if you're just joining me late, and you want to understand more about why I'm talking about jewelry, you can go back and watch it from the beginning, and and I would like you to, because I really want everybody's opinions, and I need your help on that jewelry that I had, that I was talking about, and the jewelry that my mother has that I'm going to be selling. That's a Depression candy jar. I'm sorry, biscuit jar, biscuit cookie. And this is also a 1930s piece. That's in good shape. And then look at these. Now, how many of you, let me see what you're telling me. I like that biscuit jar. Hey, Urban Ghost Hunter, you got here just in time. Thank you. I paid no attention to those shades because I buy so much stuff. I have so much. They were packed away. I knew about new art, but I never looked closely until you told me. So I appreciate that, whoever you are, Ghost Hunter, because I went back and looked at those two marigold shades, and indeed they are signed new art, so they're imperial pieces. And I love it when I learn something. So thank you for helping me learn that. And I'm glad you're here because I'm getting ready to show you. And if you don't know what we're talking about, folks, you'll have to go back and look at yesterday's video and the video the day before about the glass shades. I bought 2 more glass shades today, and I love these. Look at these. Now let me move in closely. I'll put one down. These also, now if you'll look closely, it's all one piece, it's all solid, but what it reminds me of are the individual glass prisms that would hang around on a bobeche, on a candlestick or something like that. Sometimes they're Gothic cut, but this is one, like, so the jewel, there would be a piece cut like that at the top, and then the prism. You guys all know this. They hang on mantle lusters as well. I know, Katie. I think that these are old, and they did go to a hanging light fixture, and they totally remind me of prisms. Yes, Meemaw's Vintage Junk said that's just what I was going to say. I've never seen these before. You can see I paid $2.99 each at a thrift shop, and these would connect to a hanging light fixture. I haven't washed them, so they remind me of mantle lusters as well. None of this stuff has been washed. It needs to be. Have you guys seen shades? I've never seen this particular shade before. No, it doesn't mean that it's rare, doesn't mean it's worth any money. It just means I've never seen it. Where's Vinny? Vinny is doing inventory probably. Someone asking, is new art antique? Yes. New art was introduced by Imperial in 1912. I do not know how long. It was a trademark name, and it appears on shades and vases. I don't know how long they had the new art line, but I don't think they had it past 1930. Probably if the are you still here? What is a mantle luster? Mantle lusters they look like candlesticks. It's a pair. They're glass, and they always have prisms hanging on them, and they're big. And they can be cranberry glass, they can be blue opal, they're beautiful. Oh, I know those 3 shades are period. Did you see, hey Sharon, did you see the other 2 videos of those 3 shades? I was doubting myself and thinking, Tuscan Kitchen 1990s. I guess in my mind, I just was not able to accept that I found 3 really nice arts and crafts shades from about, does anybody ever remember the prisms in Pollyanna? I'm glad I was wrong too. Yeah, so these, I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but I found the 2 of these today, $2.99 each, $6. These are fantastic. I just have these two, Jody. These two shades were all they had. I'm on a shade roll. What you gonna, if I send them to you, Vintage Peep Show, what you gonna do with them? Can you see these on a beautiful hanging fixture? Yeah, they don't go this way. They go this way. That's the lip there that goes into the flange, that goes into the fitter, and then you tighten the little 3 screws and they hang like that. I was so excited when I found those. All right, we're almost done, and then we gotta run. I love them. They're gonna sparkle when I clean them. I have not washed anything yet. Oh, you went and looked it up? You saw one sold on eBay listed as vintage glass prism sconce. I like old lamps too, Tina. Look at this. I haven't even taken off. I love that this thrift shop uses saran wrap or whatever you call it. Let's get that off rather than that nasty tape. Now, I had this before in black. And here's one in green satin. I paid $3 for it. It's unmarked. As I said, I had one in black glass. It's pretty small, and so I thought it was a little tiny. I wasn't thinking sugar bowl. A couple of people said maybe it's a sugar bowl, but there was no creamer with this one. And the black example that I found had no creamer either. So, could be a little sugar bowl, and the creamers were missing in both cases. Could be something from a vanity set. I love spice drops. You know, this would be a cute little thing to put on the vanity, but normally things on vanities aren't footed with a little, you know, the little powder jars and trinket jars on vanities don't, but it could be a dresser jar. But if you're trying to cut back on too much candy, and I'm sorry, my allergies, my nose is getting ready to, ooh, I'm stuffed up. I need to go eat some horseradish. That'll clear you up. A spoonful of horseradish. So, and different folks have said, does it have uranium? I have not put a black light on anything. I'm unpacking everything. This is fresh from thrift shops and flea markets today, just today. So, I haven't looked at anything yet, but so it's, you know, 30s deco, frosted. I love it. All right. Woo. Well, it must come from the Germans because I love horseradish. It's in the refrigerator. I've got a refrigerator down here in my basement. If you can't sleep at night, you know how you're stuffed up and you lie down and you can barely breathe out of one side, and then all the snot drains to the next side of your head and you can't breathe out of that side, and you turn over again. I'm sorry for saying snot, mucus, whatever it is. And you put your head this way, and then it all drains to this side and you can't breathe, can't breathe out of that side. Go and get a jar of horseradish, not horseradish mayonnaise or anything. Go to a Jewish deli. We have plenty of Jewish kosher stores around here. Get some good old ground up horseradish. Take a spoonful of that. It will blow your nostrils out. You will breathe for the next 10 days. I'm telling you. Isn't this awful? Sitting here talking about, well, we're friends. We can talk. We can relax. Try rock and rye. What is that? Whiskey? Oh no, I don't want to do that. The horseradish, yeah. What is it? What Sharon says we can talk about snot. What is it? Sharon says Blanco with a question mark. Dana says Blanco. When I saw it, I immediately thought Blanco. Or Blanco, however you say it. I am not a Blanco expert. In fact, I kind of know the pinched refrigerator water pitcher. That's a famous piece. So I don't know enough about Blanco. You guys look at the base. It's got a ground pontil. You can see the price I paid. So is it Blanco? I don't know that it ever had a stopper. There's no frosting in here, or there's no wear to indicate that a stopper had been in there. But look at the bottom of it. For those of you who know any Blanco collectors in here? Diana says, no, it's not Blanco. A bunch of people are saying it is, and some people are saying it ain't. I don't know. I don't know. I like it. This is solid here, so this doesn't go all the way through. Wait a minute. Yeah, it joins in the middle, even on the inside. So, I don't know what it is. IKEA? Don't you tell me this came from IKEA. Did it? Swedish? It's got a lot of scratches, it's got a lot of wear here to indicate some age. I mean, where it's, sliding around on the table. I kind of like it. It's got a bluish color to it, but I don't know what it is. Somebody will want it. Did I pay too much? What did I pay? I paid $2.95. Would you buy this for $2.95? No chips, no cracks, no water damage? See, I'm going to sell it, but I've got to be able to make a little bit of a profit on it to make it worthwhile. Yeah, but it's not black. And it might look black on the screen. It's a bluish gray color. I can't get it to where to where you can see it. So anyway, I don't know. Blanco has the nice polished bottoms. Well, this has a polished bottom. It's still a lovely piece. I don't know what it is. Yeah, pinched, but who made it? Who made it? I don't know. All right, I don't know. You guys are contradicting each other. Talk it out now. Talk it out. If you were in Delaware, Ghost Hunter, across the bridge from Jersey, Newcastle is kind of across the bridge. Yeah, the Newcastle flea market, I wouldn't call that huge, but I don't know of any other flea markets in Delaware that are right across the bridge from Jersey. You're talking about the Delaware Memorial Bridge. You were probably in probably Newcastle. A pee bottle. It is not. You're supposed to pee in that? Who said that? It doesn't matter who made it. It's beautiful. Yeah, I like it. I like the design. Anyway, we're done with that. I don't know what it is. We'll get it sold in a live sale one of these days. Just Newcastle. That's the only flea market I know of, Alicia, is in Newcastle. But Newcastle is a small flea market. Yeah? Jeffrey, that was nasty. Carney's Point. I was in Carney's Point, and it was just across the bridge. We don't have flea markets like that in Tennessee. Well, Carney's Point is in South Jersey, but just across the river from Carney's Point, I don't know any flea market across the river from Kearney's Point in Delaware. Kearney's Point is a tiny little place. That's where DuPont, one of the DuPont factories is. Well, I don't know. Okay. I'm almost finished. What else am I going to do? Oh, look at this. I think this is just what's swimming around in my brain. I think this is a Cambridge piece. I don't remember. Well, let me get these doggone rubber bands off of it. This is all fresh today from the thrift shop. In this Cambridge, there's the bottom. And it's got a wonderful gold pattern on it. And I have several of, I've had these before, and it's not that easy to find. Most of the time the lid is gone, but we've got a beautiful lid, and it's got a wildflower pattern on there with gold. And if my memory serves, and most of the time it doesn't, I'm trying to remember that it's a Cambridge piece. Candy dish, a 3-parted candy dish with its lid, original lid. I'll hold it still. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it Cambridge? Now somebody says you know for sure that it's Duncan Miller. Hollywood Regency. Is it Duncan Miller? Ooh, Duncan and Miller. Now that wildflower, yeah, that wildflower pattern. Now somebody else says it's Cambridge. Somebody says I'm certain it's Duncan Miller. Somebody else says I'm certain it's Cambridge. You guys fight it out. I thought I don't remember. I got to go look it up. Maybe it's, yeah, I thought it was Cambridge as well, and with a wildflower pattern, but hey, it's a beautiful piece, and I love finding it with the lid on it. With the lid on it. So hey, listen, companies imitated each other. I do that all the time. I say, oh, it's Anchor Hocking, turns out it's Hazel Atlas, or I say it's Fostoria, and turns out it's some other glass company. So, but it's a really nice candy dish either way. Yeah. Cambridge versus Duncan Miller. Ding, 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 ding. Round 1. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now, this is gonna, okay, let's see what you can tell me about this. We've got 3 things left, and we're gonna call it quits. A stack of plates. I've got 8 of them. The etching may be Cambridge, then the Duncan Miller one that you have isn't etched. Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I should not have done this with a runny nose. Ugh. Normally, I wouldn't just pick up 8 random plates. What's horrible? But I did pick up 8 plates. 50 cents each. 50 cents each. All right. They're Depression era. Elegant etched. I'm going to show you the etching. Let's try to figure out what it is, because I don't know. But it's an etching I haven't seen before, and I think they are beautiful. Look at that. Now that bird on there reminds me of, is it called a griffin? Wait a minute. You're not going to be able to see it. Get it on my, there we go. Hold on. Get it. You see that? Wait a minute. Let me do something different so I don't have to try to stand up. I want you to see the etching on it. Okay, there we go. What is this? Is that called a griffin? That bird thing? Can you guys see that? I know it's a little bit blurry. Yeah, griffin. I thought it was griffin too, dirt road. What? Shalimar perfume bottle? It's a griffin? Okay, everybody's saying griffin. Okay, griffin. So look at these plates. What? Everybody look up, because I don't know. I haven't researched anything. This is fresh from, look, 50 cents each. And I've got 8 of them. Can you see that? Who can look it up? Do you think it's Tiffin or Payton City? Payton City did wonderful etchings. Anybody know? I don't know if you know off the top of your head what that is. So I've got 8 of them. These would be little. Those are little. That's about a 6-inch plate. So a little dessert plate. These are dessert plates. Yeah. Little dessert plates. It's Merv Griffin. Oh, that's funny. Merv Griffin. Does anybody recognize it? Yeah, salad or dessert. Little 6-inch plates. Right, salad/dessert. I don't know. I like it. Where's the cake? Nope, no scratches. They're nice and clean. Ginger snap plates. So does anyone recognize the pattern? Hold it up to my sweatshirt again. I can't. Did that help? Yeah, I know. I brought my runny nose and dessert plates, but nothing to eat. No, I don't recognize it either, Grace. It doesn't appear to be one of those popular, a lot of us know sort of the top 5 etchings from Fostoria and Cambridge and so forth. Yeah, I don't know. Come on now, you guys are supposed to help me with this. I don't know what it is. Cambridge, I don't know. Thank you, Jody, for asking folks to hit the thumbs up. I never think to do that. To ask people. So I appreciate you doing it, but I never think to ask you to do it. I wonder if it's a Tiffin or a Payton City. I've got all the books upstairs, and you've done this too, and I love it to sit down and go through books, but it takes time to go through all of those books. See, there's FDR up there. All right, I'm almost done. Got 2 more things to show you, and we're going to call it quits. I bought 2 dresser lamps today. These are Depression era. Okay, wait a minute. Tammy Renee Walker says it's Tiffin Eldorado etched griffin. Is that what it is? It is Tiffin. Is it really? So it's called Tiffin Eldorado Griffin. How am I going to remember that? I need to write it down. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this video again and write it down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who guessed that? A bunch of you did. Wait, they're worth $1,000? They are not. Now Tiffin was part of the U.S. glass conglomerate. In fact, the Tiffin name, if I'm remembering correctly, held on there for quite a while, and that was one of the last factories that remained open. Yeah, that U.S. glass conglomeration. Oh my gosh, talk about confusing. Didn't it? Wasn't there a? Thank you so much, Tiffin Eldorado. It's late 20s. The United States Glass was a conglomerate of like 18 different little glass companies, right? And it was just a failure because they were all in different states. But they kept open a Tiffin factory. Patty, you know this. Anyway, look at this. I have 2 of these, not 1, but 2. Ignore the replacement socket that somebody put on there and this awful vacuum cleaner. That's awful. Cord. I know there's a delay, so yeah, on a boudoir. Now I've got 2 of these. They're glass, and I've seen them before. I cannot remember who made it. It reminds me of the sort of like the Vitroc that Hawking made, but Hawking didn't make these. I paid $2.99 each for both of these. I've got to rewire them and get these awful cords off of there. And I'd like to put old sockets. But we've got this wonderful Deco. Sometimes you hear this called the frozen waterfall as it comes down on the sides. Can you see that? And instead of these being that 1960s really, really, really solid white milk glass, when you look around the edges, it's got that little bit of opalescent. It's kind of like the old Fenton formula for milk glass before they changed it in the 50s. You know what I'm talking about? The old milk glass has a different look. Then, what am I trying to say? It's a little more opalescent. What year did Fenton change its formula? These are Deco. Yeah, these are made before the war. Gerald, are you saying that they are Aladdin? I'm familiar with the Aladdin company. These aren't marked anywhere. But what year did Fenton change its yeah, it's a little more translucent. It's not that solid white milk. Are they Aladdin? I need to so the second one is upstairs. I didn't bring that down to show it to you. $2.99 each. I have 2 or 3 Aladdin lamps over there, but perfectly Deco. Translucent edges, yeah. Like the old milk glass. I'm more of a fan of the old milk glass than I am of the new stuff. And then the last thing that I bought, I do need NyQuil. I'm going to take my spoonful of horseradish in a minute. You guys don't want to be here when I do that. We're going to do that off camera because it'll all open up when I do that. All right, the last thing El Dorado Tiffin Griffin. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. 1930s, 40s. Well, you already saw it. Who is old enough to remember walking around the grocery store? Now, this ain't plastic. That's metal mesh. Remember, the earlier ones were made of cloth. And then in the 50s and the 60s, these baskets would be propped up and you could walk around the market with these old-fashioned. Yeah, that's an old one. It's metal. You like that? And I paid $3.59 for it. But I have to tell you the reason why I got it. Yeah, old-fashioned grocery store basket. Yep, I'm in the basement, all right. Yeah, it's an old-fashioned little market basket. I was carrying things around a thrift shop, and I did not. There were, this thrift shop didn't have carts. It was like a little mom and pop's place. And I turned the corner, and here was this basket. And I picked it up, and I put my things in it. And so I just said, I'll buy the basket because it was only $4. So really cool. It's in great shape too. So I can actually keep this in the car and use it because I don't know about where you live, but where I live in Jersey, no bags, nothing. Not only are there no plastic bags, there are no paper bags, nothing. When you go into a store, if you don't bring in your own bags, too bad, you are stuck. Now, even worse than that, I went into an Acme, or an Acme, as the locals say, and I needed to get 3 or 4 things, and I didn't want one of those great big dumb carts, and I motioned to the girl behind the register. I said, do you have any baskets? And she pointed, so I went over, and where are the baskets? And the man said, we've got 2 left, and I'm only going to give one to you if you promise you'll bring it back. I said, well, what do you mean? He said, when we went bagless, all the baskets got stolen. So the local Acme does not even have baskets to walk around with anymore. Did I just freeze? So I'm going to walk in there with my own 1950s shopping basket and say, ha ha, nanny, nanny, poo poo, whoopee fizz, it's mine and I'm taking it with me. That's what I'm going to do. You watch me. That's it. Did you like my little story? You haven't been to an Acme store since you were a kid? A lot of people don't know there's an Acme. They watch the Bugs Bunny cartoons and everything says Acme. But we've got Acme's here. I know, I love that basket. You can take it right into the kitchen. Well, anyway, we're going to wind it. That's it. Nothing else is going to happen. I don't have anything else to show you. But if you did not tune in earlier, you're going to have to go back and rewatch and find out about this piece of jewelry that I got today. You can go back and learn about that. You don't go to the store. Do you get Uber, what's it called? When Uber brings the food to you? Is that what you get? What's an Acme? It's a grocery store. Hello, Dallas. How long have I been on? I was only going to come on for like 10 minutes. I don't even know how long I've been on this thing. Probably about an hour. Well, this was fun. Just, here I am down in the basement. Now, everything that I showed you today, I'm going to wash it, research it. You guys helped me out with some of the things here I love. It'll either be for sale in a live sale. Remember, I'm doing 2 a month. The 1st and the third Monday night of each month. So they'll either be in live sales or they'll be in the eBay store. Now you say, well, how am I going to know? I want to bid on something. How am I going to know? You're going to have to keep watching the old Curiosity Shop. No. Anything that's going to be in a live sale, I'll do a preview video the day or 2 days before to let you know, so you can watch or not watch depending on whether you're interested in something. If it doesn't show up in a live sale, it'll be listed in eBay and I will do a thrift haul. So you'll see these things again in a thrift haul when they're listed for sale. So I want everybody to have a chance. I hope that works for you. Hello, Australia. Now, Australia, it must be 4 o'clock in the morning. And you guys are in summertime. So does that work? A couple little announcements. Join me next Thursday night, a week from tonight, without a runny nose. I will have spent the day thrifting with the Vintage Vinny, and we're going to go live next Thursday night and do a show and tell after we go thrifting. And I don't know what time yet, probably 8 o'clock. And then Friday night, the 13th, over on over on The Thrill of the Thrift, that's D. You know her, up in Niagara Falls. She will be hosting a live sale Friday the 13th, I think at 8 p.m. I'll advertise it. She'll be live. The Vintage Vinny and I will be live together also with her on Friday night. And Tammy and David from Texas, that's Vintage Uprising, Texas, we're all going to be together selling 40 items, live sale next Friday night, the 13th. And I don't know if Karen Williams is here or not. I didn't see her. Hey, Jeffrey, if you're still there, get ready, Jeffrey. I did talk to Dee, and she said you and Karen Williams are going to be in charge. So you guys will be doing the count. Well, Karen didn't volunteer. Jeffrey did. So Karen, you just got, I don't know if Karen can do it, but if she can, it'll be Jeffrey Reed and Karen Williams will be counting down, and the 5 of us, 1, 2, 3, yeah, the 5 of us will do a joint live sale next Friday, the 13th at 8 p.m. You don't have to buy anything, just come anyway and have a good time. We love it when you do. It makes it, a lot more fun. Okay, I'm going to go take a spoonful of horseradish and get these sinuses cleared up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping me identify some of these things. If you didn't watch the whole thing, it'll come up in about 20 minutes and you'll be able to go back. Please go back to the beginning and hear what I have to say about this old jewelry. There's going to be a lot more coming in 2023. So we'll say goodnight, folks. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody now. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. We're going to be signing out here any day now. You're looking for a 1920s bungalow. I don't think there are any for sale on my street. The sale, someone says, what channel is the sale on the 13th? The channel is called The Thrill of the Thrift. I don't know if Jeffrey is there and can throw that link in there. I can't throw that link in there at the moment, but if you go on YouTube, you'll find a seller called The Thrill of the Thrift. Her name is Dee. She's wonderful. Thank you, Joe. And it will be on her channel. I don't know if anybody, so you should, I'll tell you what, I'll put the link, I'll be advertising it in the next few days and you'll see it. It's The Thrill of the Thrift. You subscribe to her already? Okay, well then you'll see it. That's great. Okay, everyone, whether you're still trying to take your Christmas decorations down or whether you leave them up until Epiphany, or if you leave them up until Easter, doesn't make a difference. Enjoy whatever it is that you do, and I'll see you the next time. Okay, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching. Wait for the cat. I guess I have to meow. And so long for now. Thanks, folks. Bye-bye. It's horseradish.